Jamaica, the land of wood and water. When the first settlers arrived, wood and water were the two things in abundance. That is to say, they saw an island covered from coast to coast with greenery and fresh water sources. Today, very little has changed. The island is just as green and resourceful and remains just as beautiful as the day it was discovered. Today, we're here to give you a list of must-visit destinations on the tiny island paradise. Here are our top 7 must-see destinations in Jamaica. Number 7. Kingston. The capital of Jamaica is the most recognizable name on this list. The small parish is chock full of high-fashion malls, historical landmarks, and leisure areas for the visiting public to enjoy. Our personal number 1 must-visit location in Kingston would be the Devon House Estate. One of Jamaica's most celebrated historic landmarks, the Devon House Estate is the architectural dream of Jamaica's first black millionaire, George Stabell. After his death, the estate was deemed a National Heritage Site, and as such was remodeled by the government, then reopened to serve as a place of entertainment for the public. Now, the estate serves as a public park where weddings and public events can be held, is home to several fine dining restaurants, and most importantly, in our opinion, where the best ice cream establishment in the country can be found, Scoops Unlimited, or just Devon House ice cream for the locals. Next, we turn our attention to another historic landmark, Port Royal. Once home base for pirates from all over the world, Port Royal in its heyday would have been as equally dangerous as it would have been interesting. Now, due to a devastating earthquake leveling the city, it remained for some time in relative shambles. However, the government of Jamaica has sought to revive much of its history and has preserved some of what could be preserved of the old pirates' den. Now visitors can walk through the ancient city and receive guided tours, offering visitors a rare opportunity to walk the same streets as famous pirates of old. Trench Town is up next on our list, more specifically Trench Town Culture Yard. When you think of Jamaica, what first comes to mind? If it's not Bob Marley, we'll just assume you were born in the 2010s, then all will be forgiven. Bob Marley, the cultural and global icon, once called this city home. In his death, his belongings and childhood home have been memorialized in the Bob Marley Museum, found in Trench Town Culture Yard. In addition to recognizing the great Bob Marley, other significant reggae music icons are also memorialized in the Jamaica Music History Tour. There, you'll be able to hear and see the makings and works of early forefathers of the internationally recognized music genre that is reggae. Kingston is a town that will give you the opportunity to dive into Jamaica's rich history and come to a greater understanding of what makes its people and culture so internationally revered. Number 6. Hanover. Our next stop is the second smallest parish in the tiny island Hanover. The tiny parish sometimes does not get enough credit for its beauty and charm, and is often overshadowed by the nearby tourist destination of another city coming later on in this list. Luckily for you, we know better, hence its position on this list. Within its limited boundaries, this destination gives you as much of an authentic island experience as you could possibly hope for. While the entire island is literally surrounded by beaches, Hanover is home to some of the finest on the island, 7 Mile Beach and Bloody Bay to name a few. Both are white-sanded utopias, ideal for sunbathing and frolicking. Sidebar please, don't be ashamed to frolic while you're there, it's part of the island experience, so just let it happen, okay? Next, let's turn our attention to perhaps one of the most illustrious resorts in the Caribbean, Grand Palladium Resort. This all-inclusive spa and resort is one of the most visually stunning on the planet. Overlooking white sandy beaches, turquoise blue waters, this resort offers its patrons everything they could possibly ask for. Home to the largest swimming pool in the Caribbean, several 5-star international fine dining restaurants, cultural shows every day of the week, 5-star spas, wellness and beauty centers, as well as guided tours, prepared to take you all over the parish and back. This is an all-you-can-imagine, shall-be-fulfilled destination that you would be wise to take advantage of. Finally, we would be remiss to not mention Dolphin Cove, Jamaica. At Dolphin Cove, Jamaica, visitors get the opportunity to swim with dolphins in the natural Caribbean Sea. You also have the opportunity to enjoy the company of other marine life, such as exotic species of tropical fish, stingrays, and other forms of natural sea life. Number 5. Trelawney. The birthplace of the second most internationally recognizable Jamaican icon, Usain Bolt, the parish of Trelawney is much like the previous parish on this list. Not as recognizable, but just as beautiful as its more famous counterparts. Trelawney is home to some of the island's most stunning natural wonders. The southern sector of Trelawney is a part of the Cockpit country and is uninhabitable. It is therefore a natural reserve for flora and fauna. Most of Jamaica's 27 endemic bird species can be found there, along with yellow snakes and the giant swallowtail butterfly, the largest butterfly in the Western Hemisphere. If that's whet your appetite, let's get started with our first must-see attraction, the swift and majestic Martha Brae River. Patrons usually begin their adventure at what is called the Rafters Village. There you will find several souvenir shops, a bar, and even a fully appointed recreational facility. There is also the famous Miss Martha's Herb Shop. Not the herbs you're thinking of, potheads. These are non-marijuana related medicinal herbs and plants indigenous to the island of Jamaica, so herbalists and home healers will certainly have a ball rummaging through the shelves. Then you will be entrusted to one of the 85 licensed and experienced raft captains, whose job it is to guide you through the river on a 30-foot bamboo raft. The raft ride, lasting approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes, is operated over a 3-mile stretch of the Martha Brae River, a truly relaxing and refreshing experience. Glistening Water's luminous lagoon is up next. This is one of the few places on Earth where you can swim with billions of microscopic organisms which glow an iridescent blue when the water is disturbed. A short boat ride out into the bay at night brings the phenomenon to life, where your captain will allow you to enter the water and glow in the dark. There's also a restaurant at the dock to grab a bite while waiting on your tour. Number 4. Portland. Hands down, one of the most beautiful parishes on the island, and that's saying quite a lot. The parish is known for its natural beauty, stunning beaches, lush vegetation, multiple caves and rivers, as well as the peak of the Blue Mountain Range, which takes us seamlessly into our first destination in Portland, the Blue Mountain Range. Home to the famous Blue Mountain coffee, this mountainous region is one of the most densely forested areas on the island, featuring majestic scenery and cool temperatures. The mountain is the #1 place in Jamaica for hiking and camping. The Blue and John Crow Mountains National Park is a park that was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2015 due to its unique and diverse flora and fauna, much of it endemic to Jamaica. The peak of the Blue Mountain sits at a majestic 2,256 meters, which allows for stunning views of the surrounding areas and the blue waters surrounding the island. Hiking is of course an option, but isn't the only way to enjoy what the mountain has to offer. By far the most relaxing way to experience the Blue Mountains is to drive up to Holywell National Park. There is a solar-powered visitor center, picnic sites with fire pits and shelters, toilets, camping sites, and well-marked trails. Blue Lagoon is our next must-see spot. Believed to have once been a crater from a long-extinct volcano, Blue Lagoon is one of the most visually stunning natural wonders on the island. Rumored to be bottomless, the bottom of the lagoon is actually measured to be at around 200 feet from the surface. In the morning, the lagoon is at its most visually stunning. Seemingly hidden among dense greenery lies this radiant, otherworldly turquoise blue pool of water that may as well be a dimension to another world. Its cool waters can be entered via conventional means, or for the more adventurous, Tarzan-inspired vine swings into booming cannonballs is the other option. Number 3. St. Elizabeth. Called the breadbasket of the island due to its rich farming soil and its abundant greenery, this parish is one of the more well-known on our list. It has no shortage of heritage sites and natural attractions, and is one of the most visited by tourists. Why not get your tour off to the perfect start with a trip to the Appleton Estate? The most iconic Jamaican alcohol brand, it is internationally recognized for its deep and rich flavors. A tour of the facility allows you to see where the magic is made and get a sample of some of the magic too. Once you've been sufficiently greased up, head on over to another of Jamaica's iconic beaches and restaurants. Treasure Beach, home to the world's coolest bar and restaurant, Floyd's Pelican Bar. Floyd's Pelican Bar is a tiny bar made of driftwood, stilted on a huge sandbar about 3/4 of a mile out in the sea. Floyd's offers its patrons quite the unique opportunity to have their cake and eat it too. Great food, cold drinks at the perfect venue. What more could you ask for? Next is Wyres Falls. This is one of the premier destinations on the island. It is a nature-based attraction, offering the opportunity to experience the beauty of the waterfalls surrounded by lush gardens and magnificent trees. A 10-minute tractor ride will take you up to the falls. The scenery on the way up is absolutely beautiful. You will get stunning views of mountains, lush fields with horses, and ride along the beautiful river. Once there at the main attraction, you will find a total of 7 different waterfalls, several of which cascade into natural pools for you to lounge in, a treat for the entire family. Number 2. St. James. We say St. James, but we really mean Montego Bay. This place ticks pretty much all the boxes that need ticking when thinking of a tropical vacation. Sun-soaked beaches, check. Historical landmarks, check. Lush tropical gardens, check. Lush countryside rippling with jungly peaks, check. So where to begin in a place that has it all? How about a zipline tour through some lush tropical greenery? Flying through Jamaica's jungle canopies also gives you a unique perspective of this tropical island, and the Chukka Adventure Outpost provides just that. Another must-see for our nature lovers would be the Rocklands Bird Sanctuary. At this delightful family-run attraction, you can view, photograph, and hand-feed exotic and endemic birds. You'll be given bird seeds and nectar upon your arrival. All that's left to do is sit and wait as the majestic creatures flock to you. There you will find the indigenous Jamaican hummingbird, orioles, and banana queets, as well as the national bird, the regal long-tailed Dr. Bird. Finally, the most obvious destination on this list would have to be the famous Doctor's Cave Beach. Doctor's Cave Beach is one of the most popular private beaches in Jamaica and provides everything that most tourists to Jamaica are looking for. White sand, blue waters, palm trees, and a bar. Not much more to say except go have a look-see for yourselves and thank us when you get back. Number 1. St. Anne. St. Anne is home to the famous city of Ocho Rios, affectionately called Ochi. Ocho Rios was once a sleepy little town, but has now become a mecca of sorts for tourists looking for the ideal Jamaican experience, much like Montego Bay. Ocho Rios pretty much has it all, so let's get started with perhaps the most famous natural attraction in the Caribbean, Dunn's River Falls. It stands as a living testament to Jamaica's natural beauty and is the most popular of all the waterfalls in the Caribbean, attracting millions of international visitors yearly. The tour of the falls begins with a 1 hour and 30-minute hike that will take you on an exhilarating adventure through lush surroundings. During the hike, you will find pools dotting the way to the summit in which you can swim. Once you've arrived at the base of the waterfall, you will find both its defining feature and what makes it so unique. The falls empty into the sea at Little Dunn's River Beach, making this waterfall one of the few travertine falls on the planet. A unique experience not to be missed. Next up would be the Rainforest Adventure Park, known as Mystic Mountain. This popular tourist attraction offers several different types of adventures, ideal for nature lovers. We recommend you start with the Sky Explorer, a chairlift ride that allows you to travel through the dense forest, taking in a bird's-eye view of the wonders below. Then, you can either choose to zoom down the mountain on the bobsleigh, a single-person roller coaster ride, or fly through the rainforest canopy on the zip lines. All in all, it is a truly unique opportunity to take in the natural beauty of the island. Finally, end your tour of the parish the right way by paying homage to a legend, the one and only Bob Marley, via a tour of his birthplace and his final resting place, 9 Mile. We recommend you take advantage of the guided tours, as they're the best way to visit the key sites. The Bob Marley 9 Mile tour takes you through a small museum and the mausoleum where the legend is buried. You'll also visit his childhood home, learn about the Rastafarian religion he held so dear, and hear interesting stories of Marley's extraordinary life. A perfect way to cap off your trip to the birthplace of good vibes and reggae, Jamaica. That concludes our list of must-visit destinations on the island of Jamaica. We hope you enjoyed our list. If you enjoyed travel-related content, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, where we post travel-related content on a weekly basis. If we left off your favorite spot, be sure to let us know in the comments section below. Till next time, safe travels.